Hi, my name is Irfan Safdar, and today I'm giving the presentation regarding my assignment, which was on corporate accounting. And this presentation is about three companies, which describes the cash flow statement and develop the understanding of income statement, and also tell us about the dividend income, and also overview about the significance of statement with respect to analysis of 3 years by each company. First of all, I would like to explain what is income statement. Income statement is the statement which records the financial uh, data for any company, and the statement of cash flow is described as the source of cash distributed inside the company, like where to in like where to buy, in which section we bought the assets of company, and where all the expenditure happens. Like there are some different benefits regarding income statement and cash flow. Like I can explain in two terms. Like income statement for the investors, it can benefit in several ways, like to understand the financial performance of the company, or to understand the position of the profit and loss, and the like per year share earning by the company, or revenue growth of the company. And if we talk about the cash flow for the investor, it can tell us several benefits for the investor, which follows the cash flow for shows the financial position of an organization certain over the certain period of time. Furthermore, there are three questions which we have to done in our assignment. And first question was regarding to evaluate the 3 years of financial statement of the company. First company was BHP Limited, and second one was Santos Limited, and the third one is Fantastic Limited. In first part, the analysis shows that BHP received dividend income, whereas the Santos received receipts from the customer and drawn the borrowing, whereas the Fantastic Limited received from customer share issues and proceed the borrowings. The second option in the question was trend about the cash flow generated from the operations, which is in BHP Limited. Cash flow are slightly positive in 2017, and negative in 2018 and 19. Santos Limited is negative in 2019, whereas slightly positive in 2018 and 17. Fantastic Limited is slightly negative in 2019 and slightly positive in 2018 and 17. Further is the C option, the option of the question, to get the comparison of the profit after the with the net profit after tax. The appreciation has considered in this process, and in this section there is only required for the BHP Limited, and the depreciation occurred in the amortization, equity investment, and finance cost expenditure. Santos Limited and Fantastic Limited is not required in this question. In the third option, in the fourth option, BHP Limited cash flow from the operations greater than capital, whereas in Santos operation is greater than capital, and in Fantastic no capital expenses was occurred. Number E option is BHP Limited paid on higher side, whereas Santos inadequate cash generated in those years. Fantastic not paid dividends. Furthermore, uh, if we go to the option G, the firm has ability to use the working capital or cash equivalent other than cash. So in BHP case, in 2017, 18 and 19, working capital for each payment has been used. Other major items which affected cash flow are as follows, like trading activities, in interest payment, investment, salaries, borrowing, also loan acceptance and repayments of the loans, and there are some other also capital expenditures which happen in the following year. Like for PHP, it was 3,274 for 2017, which was the highest. The highest came in 2018, 5,060. In the case of CentOS, it was highest in 2018, 2,373. Further, moving to my next question, uh, financial strength for each company. In this question, the strength of each company has been discussed. Fantastic. The cash receipts of Fantastic Limited makes the sales and credit sales considered together to decline fast. So in this case, operating expenses have been increased as a proportion, and therefore OFC as the decided and increasingly negative as shown in the financial statement. In the case of BHP Limited, the operating cash flows of BHP Limited has been able to grow. This is on the yearly basis, and it has been covered for the complex and dividend expenses as well. And in the case of CentOS Limited, it was visible that there has been a good cash generated from the operations, which is covering for the increased investment in the long term asset for the CentOS Limited. Now moving further to the question number 3, there are some recommendation made uh, by the research towards the BHP Limited. It is a well-placed company because it can be sensed from its financial statement. The company was forced to issue. The company was forced to issue. The company the company was forced to issue long-term debts, and furthermore the company has grown its operating cash flows over a year. This has provided the cover for the complex and dividend expenses. The financial leverage has been reduced by paying off the debt, and because of the increase in the operating cash flows, and by the management for the year 2017 and 18, and the less financial risk occurred in that years. So also their profit of the PHP Limited has been sufficient enough for all 3 years to cover the interest expenses. We can decide an extension of the new interest bearing able to the BHP Limited solely. So in this case, therefore, BHP Limited is the most suitable option among all companies, as it is most suitable in to further grow in its operating cash flows. The company's product mix is also high, and it is well planned and effect for the customer to be in a positive way for the coming year. This is because the metal and the mineral prices are low and steadily being making a rebound. And if we move towards the conclusion, this reports give us the review about the major sources of the cash for each of the firms, as well as the major uses. It has provided us also the information about the trends and the operation and cash flows and the critical situation of the financial statement. The items are identified which have affected cash flows and trends in the capital expenses, borrowing, and the working capital in the accounts. Overall, an orientation and understanding about the income statement of the cash flow has been developed in all of the companies. Thank you so much. This is the presentation from my side on for my assignment. Thank you so much.